Hey everyone, tonight we're starting with pre-dinner drinks at the Berkeley Bar and Terrace. This intimate bar, designed by Brian O'Sullivan, blends old world glamour with a contemporary edge. The centerpiece is a striking half-moon marble bar, framed by warm walnut wood paneling sourced from a 300-year-old tree, softened by a palette of coral, creams, and pinks. For a more private experience, the Snug offers a secluded retreat. It features a captivating mural by New York-based artist T.M. Davy. There's also a small elegant terrace with just 4 tables overlooking St. Paul's Church, making this an ideal setting to unwind before an extraordinary evening at Restaurant Gordon Ramsay. Nestled in the heart of Chelsea, London, Restaurant Gordon Ramsay is the crown jewel of Gordon Ramsay's global empire. Opened in 1998, it quickly became one of the UK's most prestigious fine dining destinations. It earned its first Michelin star in its opening year, its second in 1999, and by 2001, it had secured 3 Michelin stars, a distinction it has held for over 2 decades. The restaurant is designed to offer an intimate, refined experience with a minimalist dining room which keeps the focus entirely on the food. Every dish is a masterclass in precision, from the legendary ravioli of lobster, langoustine, and salmon to the perfectly executed roasted pigeon. Gordon Ramsay is one of the most decorated chefs in the world, with a current total of 17 Michelin stars across his career. His journey started under Marco Pierre White before moving to France and training under Guy Savoy and Joël Robuchon. Today, his global empire spans London, Paris, Las Vegas, Dubai, Singapore, and beyond. He is a relentless perfectionist known for pushing culinary boundaries, setting the highest standards, and shaping the next generation of chefs. The restaurant has been a proving ground for some of the UK's finest culinary talents. Matt Abe is the current chef patron at Restaurant Gordon Ramsay. He has spent 18 years at Gordon Ramsay restaurants, working his way up from chef de partie to chef patron. Originally from Australia, he trained at the Aria in Sydney and Vue de Monde in Melbourne before moving to London. He took over as chef patron in 2020, leading the restaurant with precision and consistency. Due to depart this year to open up his own restaurant at 43 Upper Brook Street, the former home of Le Gavroche. Current head chef is Kim Rattrawen. Originally from Surat Thani in Thailand, she developed her love for cooking in her grandmother's kitchen. She moved to the UK at 17 years old to study economics and hospitality, later joining Restaurant Gordon Ramsay in 2015 as an apprentice. She progressed through the ranks to become head chef, leading the kitchen with meticulous attention to detail. In 2021, she competed in the Great British Menu, showcasing her creativity and technical skills. Dining at Restaurant Gordon Ramsay is all about precision, balance, and technical perfection. The menu is deeply rooted in modern French cuisine, executed with flawless technique and seasonality. The experience is designed to be intimate and personal, with only a handful of tables ensuring the complete focus on each and every guest. As we step into one of London's finest expressions of haute cuisine, we're about to experience what it means to dine at the very highest level. Let's indulge. Before diving into dinner, a perfectly crafted highball, smooth, refreshing, and sets the tone for this evening.
This is the welcome from chef and from the guys in the kitchen. You'll have a gougère of roque de carré. This is a goat cheese from Provence. At the top, you'll have lobster tartelette. The base is chickpeas. It's flavored as citrus emulsion and Buddha's hand. And then you'll have the beef tartare, pastrami, spices, and mustard.
So this is like kind of a cream cheese puff. That's pretty much a choux pastry with cheese sauce. Next up is the lobster tartelette. And finally, the beef tartare. The beef tartare is definitely my favourite, that lovely emulsion of English mustard. There are 3 menu options to choose from. A 3-course a la carte for £180, the 6-course prestige tasting menu at £210, or the 7-course carte blanche, a chef's choice experience for £260. For drinks, you can opt for a non-alcoholic pairing at £85, or indulge in a wine pairing for £240.
We have pea charmoushes, nice and seasonal. It's a set savoury custard top with some fresh garden juice. Yeah, a little hazelnut oil on there as well.
It's a lovely take on the Japanese egg custard. It is made with peas. The charmush is actually green. It's crisp, it's refreshing. That mint really brings the freshness to the dish as well. Just like strolling through a winter garden.
So this is Albezia grape. This is very old vineyard, and it's very close to the ocean. So you have this lovely sort of minerality and that salinity that you find.
Really nice as well, by the way. Before pouring, they poured a little in my glass for me to taste.
Your first course?
We have our Isle of Skye scallop sashimi. Watermelon radish, we also have a horseradish cream, the smoked pickled onions as well, and we finish just with a vinaigrette.
Wow, the presentation here is beautiful. The perfect scallop shell that they've used. Like the space here does feel a little bit tight. It's like my elbows are rubbing against the wall. When I got into my seat, they basically pulled the table away from the wall. I sat down and they pushed the table back in. It's kind of, I'm stuck in this spot. One thing to note as well is the silverware is very classical. It is looking a little tired. Quite a lot of scratches on it, but that's just being pedantic. Scallops are fresh. They're sweet. There was also those little bits of the pickled onion offer that lucky crunch, chingy texture from the soft, succulent scallop, the sweetness, the acidity, the citrus, the saltiness. Perfect balance. Oh, they're so smiley, so friendly.
Riesling from Alsace, this region bordering Germany. So already 12 years, you get this oily character on the wine, so you get beautiful stone fruit nose.
Even though I told them by each glass, it was like there was no need for them to pour me beforehand to taste it. Yet they still do. I think it's such a beautiful thing. And so far, I've not seen that being done anywhere else. Service is so attentive. So attentive. I don't think I've seen something this attentive. It's every time I take a sip from my glass of water, they're refilling it. Dishes, as soon as you're finished, they're picking them up. Wine glasses. As I'm talking to you guys, I just finished that champagne. It's gone, the glass is gone. Dining room, the decor's nice, soft lighting, warm colours, very inviting. The chairs are super comfortable. Also, because of their seating position and the proximity to the wall, it does feel a little bit cramped.
Bread itself is a beautiful park house roll, quite similar inside our brew. Finished on top with a honey glaze with some sea salt and black pepper. 2 different types of butter for the first. To cow's butter from Oxfordshire, the Amsterdam dairies, pink Himalayan rock salt. This here is a whipped goat's butter, top coat, wild garlic powder.
Oh, that is soft, it's pillowy. That is some really good butter. They did say I think the brand was called Ampersand. I have heard of it, perhaps I've even had it before. Still getting over it how that wicked goat's butter feels so firm, yet the moment it hits your tongue, it just completely evaporates, it melts.
Moving forward, we have our native lobster tail hooks. On the side you'll find white asparagus, calamansi gel. It's finished here with a sauce maltaise, so it's a variation of hollandaise. On top you have some lemon balm as well.
A bite of everything. That lobster is perfect and sweet. The sauce is silky, it's smooth, it's creamy, slightly citrusy. The asparagus is crispy, it's crunchy, provides that added texture. That Riesling is lovely too. Brings that sweetness, that acidity. Cannot get enough of this bread. Let's try it with the sauce.
Stone Chasselau. We are on the border with Switzerland. Bit oxidative and roast by a very delicate way. Super straight, beautiful explosion of minerality and freshness.
Proximity of the table makes me nervous that every time they come and I plate of food, I'm like, oh yeah, this is for me. But that is not for me. It's for the next table. I'm literally counting the seconds. I've just taken a sip of my water. Hold on until they refill it. It's like, you cannot. The service is being so attentive. They're so on it. I wonder now though, because when I originally sat down, I was one of only 4 tables. Is the attentiveness the same when there's a full dining room? Glass is empty. 7 seconds after drinking that cup, it's refilled. Gotta applaud that attentiveness. The staff, everyone's wearing a suit. The formality stops with the attire. Beyond that, it's relaxed, it's cheerful, they're bubbly, they're chatty, they're smiley.
The signature dish, the ravioli, filled with langoustine, lobster and salmon. We put it in the bisque. The dough is colored with some saffron. You'll have lobster reduction at the bottom level, balm, and then sauce American.
One of Gordon Ramsay's signature dishes, not part of my tasting menu. This was an additional supplemented course I took. Wow. I could eat 10 of those. Lastly, just the wrap on that ravioli. It is so thin, it's almost not there. Yet it is there with a perfect al dente texture. It's got that lovely seafoody, fishy flavour. Yet the textures from the lobster, the salmon, and then this is where it all comes down to that sauce paired with it. It's deep, it's rich, it's velvety. It's got so much depth to it. And was that freshness and herbiness coming through from all the different leaves and flowers. Even that singular piece of spinach at the bottom under the ravioli just adds to that texture. And of course, we kept a little square of bread. You know what for? It's all about that bisque. All about that bisque. That dish, wow, worth coming here just to order that dish. I feel like that should almost be compulsory on the menu.
Cotal, which are feeling almost sweet sometimes, have a different tropical character, nice berry and the flower character.
Cornish cod. We serve it with some mint jelly on top, fresh herbs, and then a spring dashi broth.
Yet another beautiful presentation. That cod, this flaky broth is very light, yet very deep. To be honest, the cod has a very, very mild flavour. Most of the flavour is coming from that broth and from the fresh herbs on top. The cod is cooked to perfection. Cod generally has maltose, doesn't have that really heavy fishy taste. However, with the broth and the herbs, most of the flavours come from there. The cod is almost acting like a texture rather than being the main star of the dish. The flavour focus here feels like it's coming from the broth and the herbs.
A Pinot Noir from Burgundy, Von Romana, Jean Claude 2021. A lot of intensity of red berries, still very fresh. It does soup, because that's why.
Lovely glass. Look at the colour on that as well. Seems to be the focus here is purely on the food and the service. The dishes are pretty much all the same white plates. There's nothing standoutish. The cutlery has been the same for every single course, which is nothing wrong with that. There's no need to hide behind plates and cutlery when your food is outstanding. Is the next course coming the last of the main courses?
It is indeed.
Could I order the truffle dish?
Duck from Slayton Farm in Devon with a Tokyo turnip, fragile of Axo shiitake. We have the sauce of Madeira, and then on the side, my personal favorite part of the dish is this bath filled with the braised shoulder of the duck.
The texture of the duck cooked to perfection. I think it might be overly salted. The only thing I'm noticing past that slight sweetness from the glaze and the sauce is a really heavy saltiness. That duck has just been oversalted. It's a real shame. Outside of that, it's a really, really amazing dish. The dough is almost reminiscent of kind of a yotai, that Chinese style fried dough. Inside there's confit duck. I'm just going to use that fried dough to mop up the sauce.
This one is truffle from the south of Spain, Catalonia. I'm going to braid it here on top of this chestnut linguine with a 4-year-old Parmesan cream.
The aroma coming off that is incredible. I cannot believe I almost didn't order that dish. It's cheesy, it's earthy, it's truffly, it's rich, it's deep, it's complex. I love this. Absolutely wow. A linguine has the perfect chew to it. Do not skip on that dish. Come here, order that.
This is a Tokai. Quite adorable. It's 2040. Still a little bit of acidity.
Viscous, sweet. Loads of notes of sultana, deep, rich sweetness going through there.
Cheese course. You'll have a rope Zagari goat cheese from the south of France. We serve it with this caraway and panel seed cracker, radishes, and this olive oil from Portugal.
Look what a gorgeous bite that is. That was a really playful take on a cheese course. This is something to refresh before we move forward. The mango and lime sorbet. On top, a lovely coconut mousse, finished with some toasted, desiccated coconut, a bit of fresh lime zest. Very interesting, that mango is an intense mango, minus the sweetness. Hard to describe that, but it's not how you'd imagine mango sorbet to taste. Look at this colour of this deep, intense mango.
This is a Trocamberan Fraser from Center Pop. Sauvignon Blanc, where you have the honey, the saffron, the classic, and the tartness, but a more tropical approach. Finishing sack, so we start with the almond and raspberry parfait, raspberry gel, and we finish with the Marco Polo and chocolate ice cream. Dry raspberry and chocolate.
Wow, this dessert is just beautiful. Get that hazelnut, get that raspberry, freeze-dried raspberry, the texture of the freeze-dried. Oh, it's almost like popping candy. Gorgeous, delicate flakes of chocolate. It's almost translucent. Not chocolate. Lots of those freeze-dried raspberries are disguised as popping candy. So they come out of my mouth, and it's very distracting. This dessert is not particularly my favourite. Just too much going on here. favourite thing from the dessert are these crisps. I don't know what they are. Maybe like caramelised sugar, but it's chocolate flavoured.
Should finish the last 3 bites, starting from the shell. Little pink grape, chicken fine and juniper sugar, yuzu pearl and meringue tart. We finish with ranch caramel buckets.
Here we are, the last bite of today's meal, this chocolate bark. Coffee time, cheers. The total for today came to just over £800, including drinks, service, and a couple of supplemented courses. That wraps it up for us tonight at Restaurant Gordon Ramsay. The highlight was the attentiveness of the staff, constantly doing their rounds around the dining room. Service is polished, precise, yet warm. They're talkative, they're all very smiley. I had a lovely conversation with one asking them about Gordon's new restaurant, which we might be reviewing next, who knows? The food I found to be a complete mix. The cod, the duck, and the raspberry and hazelnut dessert were a miss. On the other hand, the other dishes were exceptional. Specifically, the 2 signature dishes, the lobster, langoustine and salmon raviolo, and the truffle linguine were exceptional dishes. It is criminal that they are not on the tasting menus, and I can't believe that I almost didn't order the truffle linguine. That being said, it was disappointing, especially with the duck. It was completely oversalted. The dining room, the decor is understated yet elegant. It's cozy. 13 tables crammed into quite a small space. The tables are fairly near each other. I was at a table that was backed up against the wall. Normally when you go to sit down at a table, they pull out the chair and you sit down and then they push the chair in. Here, every time you were getting up and sitting back down, they were pulling the table away, given the close proximity of the chair to the wall. It's a fairly small dining room. It's in prime location here in Chelsea. Would I come back here in a hurry? No. I would rush back here faster for the service than the menu. I would highly recommend for anyone to come in just to order those 2 signature dishes, the raviolo and the truffle linguine. Just for those 2 dishes alone, it's worthwhile coming here. And as usual, on to the next one. Goodbye.